So we've talked extensively about how to use the bow and techniques with the bow, but now let's dive in to how to use the left hand. The first step in understanding how to use the left hand is to understand the shape of the left hand and how we want to put it up onto the neck of the bass. So the first step is just making sure that your left hand's very relaxed. As with the bow hand, you don't want anything to look tense. You don't want anything to feel uncomfortable. If it is tense or uncomfortable or looks unnatural, chances are it probably is. So relax out the left hand, get the fingers relaxed, and then flop it onto the neck. We're not worried about what position right now, just get it on up there. This is generally what your left hand shape should look like. You'll notice that my thumb is behind the neck and my four fingers are above the fingerboard. The thumb should be either behind the second finger or in between the first and second finger, whatever feels most comfortable. You also want to take notice of the angle of my arm. The wrist right now is not incredibly bent. When my fingers are above the D string, the wrist should generally come straight off of the fingerboard. The elbow is also down at about a 45-degree angle off of the fingerboard. You notice the spacing as well. Because we only use three fingers on the left hand, the first, the second, and the fourth, we want to make sure that there's even spacing between those fingers. That means that the first finger and the second finger should have the same space between them as the second and the fourth finger, like this. When we go to depress the strings, which we'll talk about more later, you want to use the flatter part of your fingers. Don't feel like you need to curl your hand like this at all times, but rather have a relaxed hand shape where you're maybe using the fatter parts of your fingers or your finger pads to press the strings down. This is what a good left hand position should look like.